Hey guys, it's Mike again. We are working on the same thing that we did in the last two videos, but what we're going to do is just combine them. So what I went ahead and did, we had our one G shape that we used last time. We're using this G shape that we used the video before that. It's important for us to know our root note, okay, in the shape. Always good to know the root note in the shape. And what we're going to do is add in, so before we had added in this note, notice that these, that little extra that we had put in the last week is actually sharing this note with this next G shape. So if we went ahead and started filling in the extra notes that we had added to play along with, we would have this one, which we already have because of the shape. We'd have this one, okay. Then we had added this one last video, and we had in the video previous to that one we had added this one, okay. And now if you're familiar with your major scale, you're going to notice what you're looking at is your G major scale, okay. We've got a ton of notes filled in. What we did was we learned the chord shapes and then filled in little pieces of the scale around that chord shape, so that you can have, so that in your brain, in your mind, it can be a little more clear of what you're doing. You're not just playing notes all over the place. You're wanting to associate. You're associating those around a key or around a chord. So with G, we just filled in these little. We had this chord shape. We added these 4 notes, okay. And then we added a 5th note, and then over here we had this shape, and we had added these 2 notes. We had also added this note here before, and this note, okay. So if you start looking at this, we're really filling in a lot of space on our fretboard just between finding a chord shape and then adding a few notes to that. So that's really cool. So right now it's not quite as clear as it was when we were looking at just a shape with a few notes, okay. So this is why we do this in pieces, so that you can get each shape, get used to each shape, and then when you're putting them together, it's not just a big blob of notes. It actually kind of makes some sense to you, which is important. Now I think if you remember from previously, this note is also part of our G chord shape. Okay, so we've got a lot of notes that are in the chord, and they're also in the scale, which is obviously any note from the chord has to come out of the scale. But we're filling in the blanks. Okay, one thing to look at, pay attention. This is a G, okay. And notice the square that we had talked about before of notes in this little shape. Behind it, under it, and then behind it, okay? So look here, you've got a G, and notice what you've got. So you're going to have the same thing around every single G note that you have. You're going to be able to put this square together, so you can always go play the note right before the G, right under the G, and then diagonally down from the G. Anytime you find a G note, you can do that. So here's a G note way up here. We haven't even got this one yet. Okay? This is the one we're looking at here. Okay? And then this is the one we're looking at here. Okay? Okay, so we're just taking this. You got that, it goes here, here, and then you're going to have it again right here. I'm not going to put this one in, but it would be G, and then you have your C, you have your B, and you have your F sharp. So this square is going to repeat anywhere you see a G. Now you see a G here, but we're running out of strings, so we will have a dot back here if we wanted to fill it in, but we're out of strings, so we can't finish that. So keep that in mind. Your patterns always repeat on your guitar. So here we go. I've added a little G. I've changed the loop a little bit, added a new rhythm. and I'm going to bounce around from this shape to this shape, filling in the little dots. Remember, we're not changing chords, we're only playing on G, which kind of gets a little boring, but it's good for your ear and it's good for your understanding, just to help you to really start to see your fretboard. So here we go. Alright, so we filled in a lot of space right there, and like I said, we're just playing on a G chord. You can do the same idea if you move it around to like any other chord really, C, D, A, whatever you want to do. You just have to take these ideas and shift them to that position that they'll need to be. Anyway, have fun with that. Take it, move it around your fretboard, try it over different chords, and really experiment and get used to using those notes, adding them into your chords, and putting them in cool like rhythm ideas. Because really, what it boils down to, once you start to learn your notes, it's all about how you put them into rhythm to making them sound neat and creative and more fun than just same kind of that stuff gets kind of boring. So working on the shapes, the notes, but putting them into more original, creative rhythms and beats is what really going to make your guitar playing sound much better. So anyway, that's it for now. My name is Micah, and take care, and I'll see you soon.